So now that you have your employees on board, you have your consultants, well, now you're looking for your suppliers and distributors, depending on which tier you're in, or if you're an importer or distributor or both. So again, you may be confronted with somebody coming to you and say, okay, I'll work with you. However, I want you to sign this non-disclosure agreement or confidentiality agreement. But it may be one-sided. So again, what they're trying to do is protect their interests for their business. They may be in existence for 50 plus years in Italy or wherever they are, and they come to you, you're starting out or you're a newer business. Well, they say, well, why am I going to give you all my plans and the information for my pricing, for my products, or what I'm going to be rolling out the next couple of years, unless I have some assurances that you're not going to tell everybody else? So if somebody comes to you, what I would normally recommend is that you make that confidentiality agreement or non-disclosure agreement mutual, right? Because you may be disclosing plans that you have or ideas for that particular company, and they're going to be disclosing their ideas to you or their products, and this way you both have a good level of comfort. So now, once you get past the NDA, you may go into a non-binding agreement. So you'll negotiate what your terms are going to be, and then somebody may issue you, or you may issue to the other side, what could be either called a term sheet, a letter of intent, or a memorandum of understanding. So basically what these documents do, they're going to highlight broad strokes as to what you've agreed to. Maybe you've agreed to import wine, a particular brand or brands. You're going to talk about maybe the pricing, how often you're going to be purchasing inventory, what the term of your agreement's going to be. Maybe you're going to work together for a year, maybe it'll be indefinite, maybe it's 5 years. And then it may have loose terms about, if you terminate, what happens. So these non-binding agreements are good because they outline what your arrangement is between the two parties. However, that's not a definitive agreement. And when I say definitive agreement, I mean that's the agreement that you actually sign, that you live by. So that could be an importation agreement if you're importing products. It could be a distribution agreement if you're working with a different distributor. So once that's agreed to, then once you go through your definitive agreement, it's going to be a little more robust. You may talk about, now, how do you terminate your arrangement together? If you have intellectual property, if there are trademarks involved, are they authorized to license those marks to you? Do they own them? Whatever reps and warranties that they're going to make, that would be in the definitive agreement. And again, everything is going to be a little more robust with information. So now once you sign your agreement, what do you need? Well, now to bring that product in, you have an agreement, but in order to bring it into the US, you need an authorization letter. So the supplier would issue that letter to you, you would file it and say that generally you'll be the exclusive importer of that particular product. And then once you have that, the last thing that you need to do is file, that facility has to be registered as a facility because they're going to be producing product that's coming into the United States, and also they need to receive notice as to when that product is coming in. This was implemented under the Bioterrorism Act after 9/11.